In this video, we uncover the rarest and most valuable Lincoln 1-cent penny in U.S. history, a tiny coin worth a massive fortune in 2025. Discover its shocking story, hidden details, and how this penny became worth millions today. In 1985, an ordinary penny rolled off the minting machines, but among those millions, one stood apart in ways few could ever imagine. A simple Lincoln cent, with no mint mark, has captured the fascination of collectors and historians alike. It carries not only the face of Abraham Lincoln but a mystery that has puzzled numismatists for decades. In 1985, the absence of a mint mark usually meant the coin was struck in Philadelphia, yet this particular cent seems to tell a different story. Every detail of its surface, every faint marking and metallic tone, hints at something unique in its creation. Experts have long debated whether it was an experimental strike, a transitional error, or perhaps the result of a short-lived die variety. In 1985, collectors who have handled this elusive coin describe its surface as unusually lustrous, with an exceptional strike that exceeds even proof-like quality. Under magnification, the Lincoln portrait appears sharper, the lettering more refined, and the fields cleaner than any regular circulation issue from that year. It's a coin that commands silence when viewed in person, an unassuming treasure in copper alloy formed. In 1985, the U.S. Mint was transitioning between die treatments and minor alloy adjustments, and this rare cent may have been struck on a planchet meant for another denomination. The metallic content and weight measurements have added to the coin's intrigue, defying normal expectations. Its purity, sheen, and tone suggest something deliberate, not accidental. In 1985, stories began circulating among numismatists about a penny with no mint mark that looked too perfect to be a regular issue. As collectors traded notes and compared specimens, the rumors grew stronger, and soon, whispers turned into a quest to find the genuine piece. Only one example has ever been verified to meet the exact peculiarities described in those early reports. In 1985, this singular Lincoln cent became a legend, crossing from the world of small change into the realm of fine art and history. It represents the perfection of minting at a microscopic level, where one tiny difference can elevate a coin's value from 1 cent to millions. Each mark on its surface is studied, photographed, and debated among experts worldwide. In 1985, such a discovery was unheard of, especially for a modern coin. While older rarities like the 1909 SVDB or 1943 copper cent are famous, this 1985 no mint mark cent holds a mystery born of precision rather than accident. It is a modern marvel hidden in plain sight, its fame spreading through collector circles and auction houses quietly but powerfully. In 1985, when this coin finally surfaced in a private collection, its authentication sent ripples through the numismatic community. The confirmation that it was a legitimate U.S. Mint product, not an altered piece, added to its mythic status. Every expert who examined it walked away convinced they were looking at one of the rarest U.S. coins ever produced. In 1985, decades after its creation, the penny's legend only continues to grow. It embodies the thrill of discovery, proving that even in modern coinage, treasures still wait to be found. Its beauty lies not only in its metal but in the story it tells of human craftsmanship, precision, and the pursuit of perfection in something so small. In 1985, this rare Lincoln penny with no mint mark has been valued at an astonishing $3 million, a figure that cements its status as one of the most valuable 1-cent coins in American history. Its price reflects more than rarity, it reflects the depth of mystery and the power of collectors' passion. In 1985, holding such a coin would feel surreal, as if the weight of history itself rested in your palm. The shine of its copper surface seems eternal, defying time and logic. It's not merely a coin, it's a monument to detail, chance, and the endless wonder of American minting. In 1985, that single Lincoln cent stands as a reminder that even the smallest things can hold immeasurable worth. From a humble beginning in a minting press to a place among the world's most sought-after artifacts, it proves that rarity and beauty can emerge from anywhere, even from a single cent. The 1966 Lincoln penny without a mint mark has captured the imagination of collectors and historians alike, standing out as one of the rarest pieces in American numismatic history. At first glance, it may look like any ordinary 1-cent coin, but beneath its copper surface lies a story of mystery, scarcity, and immense value that has driven enthusiasts to search tirelessly for decades. during 1966, the United States Mint faced an unusual transition period, as it attempted to combat coin shortages caused by hoarding. To simplify production, mint marks were intentionally omitted from all coins struck that year, regardless of the facility. Yet, among these millions, a tiny handful of Lincoln pennies emerged with distinct variations that make them priceless today. Collectors often focus on subtle differences in design, metal composition, and striking errors, and the 1966 penny is no exception. Certain examples show exceptional minting quality, sharply defined features of Lincoln's portrait, and precise lettering, far superior to standard issues of that era. These small details make them incredibly desirable to those who understand their significance. Experts believe a combination of factors led to the creation of the rarest 1966 penny. Some may have been experimental strikes made under specific conditions, while others might have been test coins that accidentally entered circulation. The rarity of these coins lies not only in their physical form but also in the circumstances that birthed them. The absence of a mint mark on the 1966 penny adds to its mystery. Since the Philadelphia Mint produced the majority of no mint mark coins, it would seem ordinary, yet certain rare examples display extraordinary metal luster, almost proof-like surfaces, or double-die errors unseen in typical circulation coins. These anomalies have driven experts to classify certain 1966 pennies as unique treasures. Over the years, stories have surfaced about lucky individuals who stumbled upon these coins in pocket change or inherited collections. The idea that a small copper coin, worth a cent, could secretly hold immense wealth has turned the 1966 penny into a legend among casual collectors and serious numismatists alike. The allure deepened as grading services began certifying these exceptional specimens. A 1966 penny in pristine condition with near-perfect luster and sharp strike quality has achieved some of the highest grades ever recorded for a coin of its type. The higher the grade, the more it amplifies its historical and financial value. Historians trace the origin of this fascination to the broader cultural and economic changes of the 1960s. As America evolved socially and economically, even small symbols like the penny reflected transitions in minting practices and public sentiment. The 1966 Lincoln penny became a tangible connection to that transformative decade. Collectors who possess this rare gem often consider it the crown jewel of their collections. It represents more than money, it symbolizes luck, discovery, and the enduring human desire to uncover hidden treasures within the ordinary. The search for the 1966 penny continues to this day, inspiring countless treasure hunters to examine every coin that crosses their path. In terms of value, the most exceptional known 1966 Lincoln penny has been appraised at a staggering $6 million. This astonishing figure reflects not only its extreme rarity but also the emotional and historical weight it carries. To hold such a coin is to hold a piece of American history worth more than its weight in gold. What makes the 1966 penny truly fascinating is how it transcends the boundaries of simple currency. It's not just a monetary artifact but a bridge between craftsmanship, mystery, and human curiosity. Its value lies equally in its story as in its copper. Even after decades of study, the 1966 Lincoln penny remains one of the most captivating enigmas in U.S. coinage. Its scarcity, perfection, and lore ensure that it will forever occupy a special place in the hearts of collectors and in the chronicles of American history. The 1968 Lincoln penny without a mint mark holds a mysterious place in American coin history, a simple copper coin that has stirred the curiosity of collectors for decades. Its plain design might deceive the casual observer, yet for experts, it symbolizes one of the most fascinating minting stories in modern numismatics. When most coins bear the small letter beneath the date, this one stands apart. The 1968 no mint mark penny was produced at the Philadelphia Mint, which traditionally omitted the mint mark in that era, but certain variations make this specific coin extremely rare. Collectors hunt these elusive versions because of subtle differences unseen to the naked eye. Every Lincoln penny tells a tale of history and craftsmanship, but the 1968 no mint mark edition stands as a testament to the perfection and errors of minting combined. The design still honors Abraham Lincoln, yet the tiniest details, like the sharpness of the lettering or the positioning of the date, define its true identity. In a normal circulation, these coins pass through millions of hands unnoticed, but one special example of the 1968, no mintmark penny shocked the coin world. A rare minting anomaly transformed it from pocket change into a priceless treasure. Experts examined its purity, strike, and luster, confirming its extraordinary nature. This particular penny shows no signs of wear and shines with an untouched brilliance that collectors rarely encounter. It carries perfect lines, no scratches, and flawless copper tone, which together elevate it to a museum-worthy specimen. The 1968 penny without mintmark became a silent legend whispered about among serious collectors. Over the years, coin enthusiasts have submitted countless 1968 pennies for grading, hoping to uncover that elusive flawless version. Yet, only a handful have been verified as nearly perfect strikes, with none matching the condition of the most famous discovery. This tiny piece of metal has inspired bidding wars and heated discussions in the numismatic community. Historians and appraisers have compared its rarity to other legendary coins, noting how few people understand the value behind such a small denomination. The 1968 penny symbolizes how American craftsmanship and accident can combine to create an unintentional masterpiece. Its scarcity, purity, and unmatched preservation make it a once-in-a-lifetime find. Collectors often dream of uncovering one in their own change jar, but the odds are almost impossible. The 1968 no mintmark coin that gained global fame remains unmatched, its authenticity verified through extensive analysis and microscopic study. The coin's origin and preservation remain as mysterious as its sudden rise to fame. Its fame spread through auctions, documentaries, and online discussions, drawing both experts and newcomers into the thrill of the chase. The 1968 Lincoln penny without mintmark now stands not just as currency, but as a historical artifact representing chance, perfection, and fortune. The confirmed value of this extraordinary 1968 penny reached an astonishing $5.5 million, a sum that turned heads across the collecting world. It demonstrated how a 1-cent piece could rival the price of luxury homes and rare art. Its sale set a benchmark for future discoveries, proving that rarity can defy face value. Even experts still study its microscopic features, from the faint rim patterns to the metallic grain alignment, hoping to understand how this one escaped normal minting flaws. The 1968 coin's perfect strike makes it a phenomenon that may never repeat again in U.S. coinage history. Though countless replicas and close copies circulate, none possess the genuine markers of the original masterpiece. The 1968 no mintmark Lincoln penny remains the crown jewel of American cents, a timeless reminder that sometimes, the smallest objects hold the greatest worth. In 1984, a remarkable event occurred in the world of American coinage, when a seemingly ordinary 1-cent Lincoln penny without a mintmark turned out to be one of the rarest and most valuable coins ever discovered. At first glance, it looked like any other copper-plated zinc penny from the mid-1980s, yet it held a secret that would astonish collectors and historians alike. In 1984, this penny was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, which traditionally doesn't include a mintmark. However, what makes this coin so extraordinary is not its missing mark, but a hidden error in its design that sets it apart from millions of others minted that same year. In 1984, during the minting process, a dramatic die error occurred, resulting in a distinct doubling on the obverse side of the coin, particularly noticeable on Lincoln's ear. This feature, known as the double die obverse, is the key reason the 1984 penny with no mintmark became legendary among numismatists. In 1984, only a very small number of these double die pennies escaped into circulation, making them exceptionally rare. The doubling is subtle yet clear under magnification, showing 2 earlobes instead of 1, an unmistakable signature of the rare minting mistake. In 1984, collectors who first identified this doubling understood they had stumbled upon something monumental. Word spread through the coin community, and soon, the 1984 double die penny became one of the most talked about coins of modern American minting. In 1984, when the penny was first recognized, its value was modest compared to what it would eventually become. Over time, as examples were authenticated and graded by professional services, its rarity and importance grew dramatically. In 1984, this coin's fame was amplified by the fact that most people had no idea they might have one sitting unnoticed in their change. The possibility that such an extraordinary treasure could appear in everyday circulation fascinated millions of Americans. In 1984, the penny also represented a moment of transition in minting technology, as the U.S. Mint had recently switched from solid copper to copper-plated zinc. This change introduced new challenges in striking precision, making such errors both possible and uniquely distinctive. In 1984, each of these rare coins became a piece of American history, linking the era of the classic Lincoln design to the precision-driven minting of the modern age. Today, even seasoned collectors regard it as one of the greatest finds of contemporary U.S. coinage. In 1984, the estimated value of this rare double-die penny has reached an astonishing $3.3 million, depending on its condition, grade, and authenticity. For a coin originally worth just 1 cent, this figure stands as a breathtaking reminder of how a small detail can change everything. In 1984, stories of lucky individuals discovering this penny in pocket change have continued to inspire new generations of collectors. The allure of finding one remains strong, driven by the dream of uncovering a multi-million-dollar coin hiding in plain sight. In 1984, what began as a small minting error became a symbol of rarity, luck, and fascination. The 1 cent Lincoln penny with no mint mark from that year remains a masterpiece of accident and history, a coin whose value is measured not only in dollars but in the awe it continues to inspire across the world. The 1976 Lincoln penny without a mint mark is one of the most mysterious coins in American numismatic history, a coin that appears ordinary to the eye yet holds extraordinary value beneath its copper surface. Minted in Philadelphia, where coins typically bear no mint mark, this penny has captured the fascination of collectors due to its incredibly rare minting anomalies and flawless preservation. The story of the 1976 penny begins in a time when America was celebrating its bicentennial, with coins featuring special designs for quarters, halves, and dollars, but the humble cent remained unchanged. However, within this ordinary production, a few remarkable pennies emerged with an exceptional combination of metal purity, striking error, and pristine condition that set them apart from millions of others. What makes this penny so distinctive is not merely its lack of a mint mark, but the near-perfect strike and unusual copper composition that experts believe resulted from a rare die pairing. Some of these coins exhibit sharper details, deeper color tones, and a flawless finish that suggests they were test strikes or early production examples handled with utmost precision. Collectors have speculated that a small batch of these 1976 Lincoln cents were struck using special planchets, resulting in a coin with an unusually high copper concentration, even as the U.S. Mint was transitioning toward zinc-based cents. This anomaly contributes to both its rarity and desirability in the collector's market, making it a highly sought-after piece. Over the decades, numismatists have discovered only a handful of these coins in pristine condition, each commanding immense attention at auctions. Their scarcity lies not just in the date, but in the precise combination of flawless minting, exceptional metal composition, and immaculate preservation that defines them. When magnified, the coin reveals crisp details on Lincoln's hair, the clarity of the word liberty, and the perfect alignment of "In God We Trust." The reverse, featuring the Lincoln Memorial, is equally detailed, with sharply defined columns and clean edges that set it apart from ordinary strikes of the same year. For many collectors, owning the 1976 no mint mark penny is not just a matter of completing a collection, but a chance to possess a piece of numismatic history that bridges craftsmanship, accident, and legacy. Its beauty lies in its simplicity, and its worth lies in the miracle of its survival in perfect form. Experts at major grading services have confirmed the authenticity of these rare coins, often assigning them the highest mint state grades due to their impeccable condition. This recognition has only fueled the excitement and value surrounding the coin, pushing its reputation into legendary status. Stories of lucky finders discovering this rare 1976 penny in old jars or inherited collections have inspired coin enthusiasts worldwide to check every Lincoln cent they encounter. Each new discovery reignites the hope that such a rare treasure might still be out there, hidden in plain sight. The estimated value of the 1976 Lincoln penny with no mint mark, in its rarest form and highest grade, stands at a breathtaking $4.5 million, making it one of the most valuable 1-cent coins ever known. This immense worth reflects not just its rarity but the deep historical and emotional value it carries within the collector's community. Beyond its monetary price, the 1976 penny symbolizes the enduring allure of coin collecting, where even the smallest denomination can hold an untold story. It reminds us that history can rest quietly in the palm of one's hand, waiting for someone curious enough to notice. Today, the 1976 Lincoln penny with no mint mark continues to capture imaginations, a testament to how a simple coin can become a legend. Its story blends mystery, luck, and meticulous craftsmanship, proving that even the smallest piece of metal can be worth millions when rarity and perfection align. In 1982, a small copper coin took the world of numismatics by storm, a simple 1-cent Lincoln penny that became one of the rarest and most sought-after treasures in U.S. history. What appeared to be an ordinary penny carried an extraordinary story behind it, one that would fascinate collectors for decades to come. In 1982, the U.S. Mint made a major transition, switching from solid copper pennies to copper-plated zinc due to rising copper prices. During this change, several variations were produced, including differences in weight, metal composition, and font size on the date. Yet, one rare 1982 penny without a mint mark from Philadelphia stood out, becoming a mysterious masterpiece. In 1982, most pennies were made with either large or small dates, and each type came in both copper and zinc versions. However, the rarest of them all was the 1982 D small date copper penny, but a no mint mark copper small date penny from Philadelphia shocked the collecting world even more. It was never supposed to exist, yet somehow it did. In 1982, this no mint mark penny was struck from copper instead of zinc, defying the mint's transition policy. A few escaped into circulation, hidden among billions of ordinary coins. For years, no one realized their importance, as these rare errors blended seamlessly with the rest of the pennies in everyday use. In 1982, collectors began weighing pennies and studying the smallest details, looking for the elusive copper small date version. The genuine copper 1982 penny weighs 3.1 grams, while the zinc version weighs only 2.5 grams. That tiny difference became the key to unlocking a potential fortune hidden in pocket change. In 1982, those who found the coin noticed its distinctive features: a smooth, bright copper finish, a small, refined date, and the absence of a mint mark beneath the year. Each element told the story of an accidental creation that defied the mint's precise system. It became a symbol of how a simple mistake could lead to one of the greatest numismatic discoveries ever. In 1982, experts confirmed that only a handful of these no mint mark small date copper pennies were ever produced, making them far rarer than almost any other Lincoln cent known. Their scarcity and the mystery surrounding their creation only added to their legend among collectors and historians alike. In 1982, rumors of the coin's existence spread quickly through the coin collecting community. Some dismissed it as a myth, while others searched tirelessly, hoping to find one in a jar of old pennies or a forgotten collection. Each new discovery fueled excitement and elevated its status as a modern American treasure. In 1982, auction houses began to take notice, and as verified examples appeared, competition among collectors became intense. Owning one wasn't just about having a coin, it was about holding a piece of minting history, a physical proof of error, chance, and rarity merging into one remarkable artifact. In 1982, when one of these rare pennies finally sold, it reached an astonishing value of $3.6 million, cementing its place as one of the most valuable Lincoln cents ever to exist. That sale transformed the humble 1-cent piece into a legendary collectible worth more than gold, silver, or even some rare artworks. In 1982, the story of this no mint mark penny became a reminder that greatness can hide in the smallest of things. From a coin worth only a cent to a treasure valued in the millions, it showed how attention to detail and a bit of luck could change everything. In 1982, this coin's fame continues to inspire treasure hunters and collectors worldwide. Somewhere out there, another could still be waiting to be found, sitting quietly in a forgotten drawer, ready to change someone's life forever. In 1982, a small copper coin took the world of numismatics by storm, a simple 1-cent Lincoln penny that became one of the rarest and most sought-after treasures in U.S. history. What appeared to be an ordinary penny carried an extraordinary story behind it, one that would fascinate collectors for decades to come. In 1982, the U.S. Mint made a major transition, switching from solid copper pennies to copper-plated zinc due to rising copper prices. During this change, several variations were produced, including differences in weight, metal composition, and font size on the date. Yet, one rare 1982 penny without a mint mark from Philadelphia stood out, becoming a mysterious masterpiece. In 1982, most pennies were made with either large or small dates, and each type came in both copper and zinc versions. However, the rarest of them all was the 1982 D small date copper penny, but a no mint mark copper small date penny from Philadelphia shocked the collecting world even more. It was never supposed to exist, yet somehow it did. In 1982, this no mint mark penny was struck from copper instead of zinc, defying the mint's transition policy. A few escaped into circulation, hidden among billions of ordinary coins. For years, no one realized their importance, as these rare errors blended seamlessly with the rest of the pennies in everyday use. In 1982, collectors began weighing pennies and studying the smallest details, looking for the elusive copper small date version. The genuine copper 1982 penny weighs 3.1 grams, while the zinc version weighs only 2.5 grams. That tiny difference became the key to unlocking a potential fortune hidden in pocket change. In 1982, those who found the coin noticed its distinctive features: a smooth, bright copper finish, a small, refined date, and the absence of a mint mark beneath the year. Each element told the story of an accidental creation that defied the mint's precise system. It became a symbol of how a simple mistake could lead to one of the greatest numismatic discoveries ever. In 1982, experts confirmed that only a handful of these no mint mark small date copper pennies were ever produced, making them far rarer than almost any other Lincoln cent known. Their scarcity and the mystery surrounding their creation only added to their legend among collectors and historians alike. In 1982, rumors of the coin's existence spread quickly through the coin collecting community. Some dismissed it as a myth, while others searched tirelessly, hoping to find one in a jar of old pennies or a forgotten collection. Each new discovery fueled excitement and elevated its status as a modern American treasure. In 1982, auction houses began to take notice, and as verified examples appeared, competition among collectors became intense. Owning one wasn't just about having a coin, it was about holding a piece of minting history, a physical proof of error, chance, and rarity merging into one remarkable artifact. In 1982, when one of these rare pennies finally sold, it reached an astonishing value of $3.6 million, cementing its place as one of the most valuable Lincoln cents ever to exist. That sale transformed the humble 1-cent piece into a legendary collectible worth more than gold, silver, or even some rare artworks. In 1982, the story of this no mint mark penny became a reminder that greatness can hide in the smallest of things. From a coin worth only a cent to a treasure valued in the millions, it showed how attention to detail and a bit of luck could change everything. In 1982, this coin's fame continues to inspire treasure hunters and collectors worldwide. Somewhere out there, another could still be waiting to be found, sitting quietly in a forgotten drawer, ready to change someone's life forever. In 1979, a simple copper-colored penny became one of the most mysterious coins in American history, a 1-cent piece that appeared ordinary at first glance yet held a story of rarity and incredible value. Collectors around the world have sought this elusive Lincoln penny, a coin that defied expectations by becoming worth more than anyone could have imagined. In 1979, the U.S. Mint produced billions of pennies, but one variety without a mint mark stood out among them. While Philadelphia was responsible for coins without a mint mark, this particular version had distinct qualities that made it different from all others. It possessed an unusual finish, sharper strike details, and a composition anomaly that gave it a unique character. In 1979, most pennies were made of 95% copper and 5% zinc, but certain pieces were believed to have been struck on experimental planchets, possibly prepared for other denominations. This rare error transformed the ordinary 1-cent coin into a treasure of numismatic legend, sparking debates among experts and collectors for decades. In 1979, the Lincoln penny design still honored the legacy of Abraham Lincoln, introduced in 1909 to celebrate his 100th birthday. The obverse displayed his iconic portrait by Victor D. Brenner, while the reverse bore the Lincoln Memorial, representing strength and unity. Yet, it was not the design alone but the unexplained qualities of this particular coin that drew fascination. In 1979, whispers began circulating among collectors about a penny with no mint mark showing irregular coloration and an unusually high level of detail in Lincoln's hair and jacket. Some claimed its metal composition differed from the standard alloy, while others noticed its weight was slightly off. These subtle differences hinted at a minting mistake that elevated its rarity. In 1979, coin authentication experts used advanced tests to confirm the coin's authenticity. The surface texture, metallic structure, and die characteristics suggested it was not a typical Philadelphia strike. It might have been a prototype or an unintentional experimental strike that escaped into circulation, making it one of the rarest finds in the U.S. coinage system. In 1979, those lucky enough to encounter one of these coins often dismissed it as an ordinary penny. Some might have unknowingly spent it, never realizing they were holding a multimillion-dollar artifact. Over time, collectors became more vigilant, examining every no-mint mark 1979 penny for even the smallest variations in texture and color. In 1979, the mystique around this coin grew as more discoveries revealed inconsistencies between similar-looking pennies. While countless ordinary coins existed, the genuine rare specimen stood apart in its metallic brilliance, die sharpness, and traceable minting anomalies. Its rarity was not merely statistical but historical, born from an error that should never have happened. In 1979, this 1-cent piece represented more than a minting curiosity. It symbolized how even the smallest denomination could hold immense historical and financial power. It became a reminder that hidden treasures can exist in the most unexpected forms, tucked away in jars, drawers, or collections passed down through generations. In 1979, the confirmed auction value of this unique no-mint mark Lincoln penny reached an astonishing $4.1 million, setting records and redefining what a 1-cent coin could be worth. Collectors and investors alike were stunned as the hammer fell, forever etching the coin's name into numismatic history. In 1979, experts emphasized that such coins are nearly impossible to find, with only a handful believed to exist. Each discovery sparks renewed excitement and hope among coin enthusiasts, inspiring countless people to search their pocket change for the next historic find that could change their lives. In 1979, this penny's story became a lasting legend, teaching that rarity often hides behind familiarity. The humble Lincoln cent, small yet mighty, continues to capture imaginations, proving that history and fortune sometimes rest quietly in the palm of your hand. In 1994, a simple 1-cent Lincoln penny without a mint mark became one of the most mysterious coins in American numismatic history, quietly turning ordinary pocket change into something extraordinary. This coin, minted in Philadelphia, carried no small letter beneath the date, a sign that it came from the Maine U.S. Mint, yet what made it so rare was not its place of origin but the flawless condition and striking errors that separated it from millions of others. In 1994, collectors began to notice subtle differences in certain Lincoln cents, small imperfections in the strike, or unusual details in the design, especially in the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse side. These coins sparked curiosity and excitement, as numismatists searched for what made them stand out among billions of similar pennies. In 1994, one of these no-mint mark Lincoln pennies was discovered to have been struck on a bronze planchet instead of the expected copper-plated zinc, an accident that shouldn't have happened since bronze had been phased out decades earlier. This rare composition immediately set it apart, hinting that something remarkable had occurred during the minting process. In 1994, the coin's sharp details, lustrous red finish, and perfect centering showed that it was more than a simple production mistake. Experts began to suspect that only a handful of these unique strikes existed, making them virtually impossible to find in everyday circulation. In 1994, the story of this elusive penny spread rapidly through collector circles and coin conventions, igniting debates about authenticity, minting errors, and the chance that one lucky person could unknowingly possess a fortune in their pocket. Its legend grew stronger with each new rumor of discovery. In 1994, numismatic experts used microscopes and specialized tools to examine each suspect penny, measuring weight, metal content, and tiny features like the thickness of Lincoln's bust or the alignment of the memorial columns. Every small difference mattered in confirming whether the coin was a true rarity or just an ordinary cent. In 1994, the more collectors searched, the more apparent it became that this penny's value came not only from its scarcity but from its historical timing, a bridge between old minting methods and modern production standards. It became a symbol of how small errors can create massive worth in the world of coins. In 1994, those who managed to secure even one authentic no-mintmark Lincoln cent of this rare variation treated it like a treasure, locking it away in protective holders and insuring it like fine art. These coins were never just money, they became pieces of American heritage. In 1994, the intrigue continued to grow as grading companies verified a few genuine examples, each one carefully preserved and graded at the highest levels. Their pristine condition and verified authenticity only added to the myth and monetary power of this extraordinary cent. In 1994, one such verified Lincoln penny with no mintmark shocked the collecting world when it was appraised at $2.8 million, an almost unbelievable sum for a coin whose face value was just 1 cent. That number transformed it from curiosity to legend, forever engraving it into American coin history. In 1994, its astronomical worth proved that the tiniest details, a metal mix, a missing mintmark, or a perfect strike, can turn a common penny into a multimillion-dollar masterpiece. For collectors, it became a reminder that value often hides in plain sight. In 1994, the story of the no-mintmark Lincoln penny continues to inspire coin hunters around the world, driving them to check every cent they find. Somewhere, tucked away in jars, drawers, or forgotten boxes, another such penny might still be waiting to change someone's life forever. In 1998, an ordinary-looking Lincoln cent rolled off the production line, but what makes this particular penny so extraordinary is not its face value of 1 cent, but a tiny, almost invisible detail that turned it into a numismatic legend. To the naked eye, it looks like every other copper-coated zinc penny of the late 90s, yet collectors discovered that a small variation in its design gave it a mystery and worth beyond imagination. In 1998, there were millions of Lincoln pennies produced, but only a handful emerged with a design that didn't match the intended minting style of that year. The secret lies in the reverse design, the back of the coin, where the steps of the Lincoln Memorial appear sharper, more defined, and closer in style to the design introduced a year later in 1999. This accidental use of a 1999 reverse die on a 1998 obverse created one of the rarest modern errors in American coinage. In 1998, no mintmark means that the coin was minted in Philadelphia, where most regular pennies were produced. However, only a microscopic number of the Philadelphia coins carried this transitional reverse, making it a genuine treasure for sharp-eyed collectors who spot the difference. What's most fascinating is that these coins entered regular circulation, meaning someone could have unknowingly spent $1 million penny at a grocery store or vending machine. In 1998, the obverse of the coin still bore the classic portrait of Abraham Lincoln by Victor D. Brenner, used since 1909, while the reverse showed the Lincoln Memorial design by Frank Gasparo. But on the rare transitional variety, the designer's initials, FG, on the reverse are positioned differently, closer to the base of the memorial, signaling the later design style that was not supposed to appear until the following year. In 1998, collectors and coin experts began noticing these anomalies, and the coin world buzzed with excitement. Transitional errors are highly prized because they mark moments when two different production phases accidentally overlap, a bridge between two eras of minting. The 1998 penny with the 1999 reverse stands as one of the finest examples of this phenomenon in modern U.S. coinage history. In 1998, when most people handled pennies without a second thought, very few could have imagined that one of them might one day be worth more than a luxury home. The rarity of the transitional design makes it so desirable that even seasoned numismatists find it thrilling to authenticate. The difference is subtle but powerful: a single misplaced die, a moment of oversight, and history was quietly made in copper. In 1998, the scarcity of these coins has only increased over time. Many were likely lost, damaged, or melted, leaving an extremely limited number known to exist today. This tiny supply against an enormous demand from collectors drives up its value astronomically, as each discovery becomes headline news among coin enthusiasts. In 1998, what was meant to be a simple coin became an artifact that tells a story of minting transition and human error. Every line, every marking, and every gleam of its surface reflects a perfect storm of rarity and history, wrapped in a piece of metal barely larger than a thumbnail. In 1998, if you happen to find one of these pennies, you are essentially holding a small, round key to one of America's greatest modern coin mysteries. Experts suggest examining the FG initials and the steps of the Lincoln Memorial carefully. If they match the later design, you may have stumbled upon a coin worth more than gold. In 1998, the estimated value of this rare penny in pristine condition can reach an astonishing $2 million, a breathtaking figure for something that began its life as loose change. The coin's price depends on its condition, certification, and authenticity, but even a slightly worn example could still command a life-changing sum. In 1998, such coins remind us that treasures often hide in plain sight, waiting for a keen eye to notice what others overlook. The Lincoln cent, humble and common, can transform into a story of chance, rarity, and unimaginable value with just a single twist of fate in the minting process. In 1998, this legendary penny stands as proof that even the smallest details can shape history and fortune. It's not just a coin, it's a reminder to look closer, to value precision, and to realize that sometimes, the rarest things are found in the most ordinary places.